Hi guys, and welcome to the first ever Manga Reading Club stream. I'm here today with Chris and Panos. So here they are. So just introduce yourselves, guys, and we'll get started.
Hi.
I
Do
was
I go
hoping.
first?
Alright, we'll start with Chris.
Oh, I don't mind. Hi, I'm Chris. I'm no one of note, and I'm very happy to be here. Hi.
Hey, you also he's Scottish, so that's the main point.
Never.
Okay, then we got Panos.
So Chris pointed out that he was no one of note, but I just want to make it absolutely clear I'm even less of note. So take that, Chris.
Damn it. I am worthier than someone.
Fuck you, Chris. I'm a
Aww.
bigger nobody than you.
God damn it.
Yeah.
They'll have to try even less hard to be. I think that's how it works. To be a
Alright,
loser.
so I'm just going to quickly just ping everyone saying the stream is live, and then we're good to go.
Bing.
Stream
Frugal.
live. There, and just gonna go on the Discord page, updates. Everyone. Yeah, you can talk.
Oh.
So how'd you guys find the manga this week?
You go first, Panos.
I enjoyed them. It was nice to get back into kind of have a good reason to read something, I guess. So like the Russian War one was kind of cute and kind of chill, and the cannibal one was kind of intense and interesting, I guess. Like it got me curious where it's going exactly. Yeah, and the one shot was I guess kind of weird in a funny way.
Yeah, I mean it got me really off guard with that one. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
The it did leave me like with a bunch of questions, but we'll talk about it in a bit. So gonna ping everyone on Discord. Oh god damn it! I'm gonna.
Just you and me two boys.
There we go.
What about you, Chris? How'd you
Oh.
feel?
I really enjoyed Gannibal.
Hmm.
I think the art kind of struck me, was what struck me first. It was just, I don't know, I was kind of instantly drawn to it, just with the way it was drawn. I can't really explain it. It was just kind of striking.
Yeah, it
That
was
makes,
interesting. It was like, like you can read those like very realistic manga art, but this one had a rougher edge to it.
yeah. Yeah, the backgrounds were all kind of a very kind of like heavy pencil, and it was kind of almost, it
Mm.
felt kind of suffocating in a way.
Hmm.
I don't know if that sounds too kind of pretentious or whatever, but I kind of felt like, oh, this is going to be a tough read, kind of.
Ah,
Yeah,
Chris, such a snob.
Yeah, well,
honestly, the art style I found very reminiscent to Golden Kamuy, even to the
Hmm.
the creepiness of the characters as well. If you guys have ever read it, I know Panos has.
I've not yet, no.
Oh, you would love
It,
it. It's got
it's so fun, yeah.
it's got that campy shit as well. It's got it in terms of like the difference between Golden Kamuy and Gannibal is that it does the creepy psych. They do both do like excellent creepy psychos, but
Hmm.
Golden Kamuy does it to like like a subtle comedic effect that it doesn't like strike as much fear compared to Gannibal. I reckon.
That'll have to be the next one I read then, because I've seen it's advertised on Crunchyroll, but I don't know if I'd rather read it first or in case there's a lot changed or something.
Sketchy. So we got a message from Seawavs saying sketchy art styles are great, though people
Yep.
tend to hate them a lot. Most people say early AOT art is bad, but from what I can tell, it's just like a sketchy one. Yeah, I tend to agree with you, Seawavs, because I love sketchy art styles, but I think
Hmm.
it's more along the lines of unique art styles that it's just kind of like it's got that artist's it's got that artist's what's the word for it?
Their personality in there, I guess,
Fair.
or the
Yeah,
character.
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Mhm.
I've got my
It's nice to have
OCDs
something
kicking
a bit
in.
unique. Unique is nice.
Oh,
Uh,
there's already bullying in the chat. Poor Eric.
Was it? What?
So how long do you think Gannibal is gonna be as a series? Because like, they could finish it in a couple of chapters or they could draw it out,
I
depending
reckon.
on what you have in mind.
I reckon 100 chapters tops. I would say like
Oh
80
god, I
chapters.
can't even imagine it going that long.
Wow.
I don't know, because there was one series called Murder Island, which ran for like 100 chapters, so I'm thinking like that, but it could be...
Yeah, fair.
I don't know, it depends on how deep the author's like planning the plot. It could be very shallow and like, this is the problem, will they escape, and it might be 4 volumes for all I know.
C-Wabs is saying something about a quantity of volumes.
Oh yes, it's 12 volumes, or 12 or 11 volumes, isn't it? They just haven't been translated.
Gannibal?
Are you for real?
Yeah.
What?
Wow.
I
Okay.
just remembered that shit. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I was thinking like remember filling it in Kitsu, and Kitsu saying that there's 12. You've read like 0 out of 12 volumes. I'm like, wait, what?
God. Well, I would
So-
definitely
I thought
look
that
forward
was
to doing
I
it
thought
in
that was
translation.
just a mistake for a second. Yeah.
That's quite interesting because, like, it's fairly fast-paced if you think about it. Like, they're about to take his family hostage one way or another, or, blackmail or whatever. They've kind of gotten him involved quite heavily with the family, like... And, I don't know, I could see a couple more volumes, but
Mm.
10 more volumes, 11 more volumes, Jesus.
Unless it starts going around, like, hunting people who are cannibals
So
or something, I don't know.
So my hunch was right that it is going to be like just under 100 chapters then. Roughly. I would say like
Completed
96.
series.
96 chapters.
Is it completed with those 12?
I assume so, yeah. It's fair
Yeah.
to say it's just like one of those series where, it's just the translations is just coming around, and hopefully they'll pick up the pace, but we won't know until traffic and whatnot. But it's very interesting though. So I guess we're focusing on Gannibal at the moment, and I have to say though, like I wasn't too sure about the cannibalism thing. I think what drew me in was the cover art though of the first volume. I thought it was really good. I immediately, when I saw like the police hat, it made me think Golden Kamui as well. I was thinking it was gonna be like Edo period or something like that, like the Japo-Russo War period. But lo and behold, it was modern, and I think it gives it like that air of more like that chilling air that it's modern, that it's like it could happen to any one of us in today's world.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
You kind of expect, like, nowadays society is safe, but...
Oh yeah, definitely. I think if someone were to ask me, would I live in the Middle Ages? Like, no. Like, I would live in fear every day. Like, by today's standards, like, everyone is a bloody psychopath. That sort of thing.
Yeah. So speaking of psychopaths, right? The cannibal family, the Gotos or something.
Yeah, the Goto.
There's the guy with the shotgun, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, he seems to be, like, the most, I don't know, interesting of the lot, I guess. Like, he's
You mean the leader one, or the one that tried to kill the guy in the 8th chapter?
The leader guy, I guess.
Oh, the leader guy, yeah. He's very, like, scary, I have to say. He's got a very intimidating air around him. The author really, captures that.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can get, like, a screenshot of his face.
Yeah, sure.
But, like...
Really quite intimidating.
I don't know, like, anytime his face is on screen, it's an effect. I can't really put it to words. But he just also seems a lot more, like, intelligent than the rest. Like, he's got bigger plans in mind.
And he seems capable of empathy to an extent. The rest of them kind of are a bit hills of eyes.
A small amount of restraint.
Yeah.
But why is so unclear.
Yeah, that's never
I think.
Yeah, they say, "Oh, do you like him?" Oh, of course I don't. I'm like,
I wonder if they'll touch upon. I think there's like a scientific fact about cannibalism. I think it's there's like scientific evidence proving that cannibalism leads to deterioration of the brain.
yeah, it
So
causes diseases.
yeah, yeah. Sorry, what did you say it was?
So no, it's just a type of disease. I think it was when it mentioned it in the manga about the people of New Guinea. It's a virus, I think it was, where
So
you
I know
kind of
there's prion diseases,
yeah.
Yeah,
misfolded proteins that propagate and
because
basically just like turn your brain into goo.
yeah, yeah. So apparently, CWAV says that eating the brain can get you a parasite that causes necrotic brains.
Oh,
Oh,
yummy.
there you go.
So yeah, I
Mm.
mean, it just could be just solely because of the fact that they have a cannibalizing culture causes them to be psychotic. So it could, we've seen that in like various forms, and I think the biggest form of that is just that just like that propensity to violence, really.
Kind of
Mm.
like flesh roid rage.
I think upon discussing this, I'm like less intimidated by the family now, especially in that last chapter, in chapter 8, when the wife was discussing with the other local, and she,
Oh yeah,
yeah, and just like they were just purely like also like, I thought it was gonna be like a town full of cannibals, but now I
But it's
realize
just the one family.
it's the
just
one
them.
family, so it's less horrible, but for all I know, it could be. At the beginning, I was thinking I had Hot Fuzz vibes throughout the entire thing. At the
Hmm.
beginning,
Oh,
The
fuzz.
greater good.
the greater good, like it's all the greater good, and the whole town's fucking in on it. I was thinking.
Yarp.
Well, so about that is that what do you think about how they're trying to like get him involved? Like they have him eat the grandmother's remains from the stomach of the bear,
Oh,
and
you
they have him come to the funeral. They're like trying to get him involved in a kind of like you're one of us way in the
perhaps
very early chapters.
perhaps they're just trying to rope him into this, and maybe it's like it's probably they're hoping that the parasite. Maybe they're not literally hoping for the parasite, but probably a parasite will form within him if he keeps eating with them, and that in turn he'll be just as psychotic as them.
One of us. One of.
Basically like that, but they won't see it like that. They won't see the parasite. They'll just say, "Oh, he's come around to us." Basically, I feel like that's the
Mm.
line of thought. But obviously,
Feeling very Last Plagas from Resident Evil 4.
oh yeah, definitely.
Very Last Plagas.
I think the most impressive thing as well is just like the side character that we've seen. I think who is the head cannibal.
Yeah,
Yeah, the guy with the weird eyes.
dude.
With the dead eyes, the old
Yeah.
guy basically, and from the few scenes we've seen of him, like the amount of foreshadowing and exposition he's got, it's like really, he's got such an intimidating air, especially and compared to what we've seen on the cover, I thought he was just gonna be like first villain, like
Echo.
brush past sort of thing, like
Oh, I
introduced.
see.
I didn't expect him to have that much of a big role.
Because yeah, is he like
He's-
must be like the head or something? Because they keep saying that man and like him.
Yeah.
And, like, he decides and that's all. Is he like the top of the food chain? Is he the big boy?
Yeah, definitely.
On that scene
It's-
with the wheelbarrow skin, I was like, ugh.
I mean, not just that as well. He was also. I'm pretty sure he was the hooded guy at the funeral,
Oh, absolutely.
yes.
and apparently he's got like a wild, strength to him and stuff. And like he took down like half of everyone in one fell swoop. It was insane.
Oh.
So there's definitely an animalistic qualities to him. It's like an old shaman, like eat your heart sort of scenario.
Gain your strength.
Mm.
He seems like an elder wisdom sort of thing, like a shaman, like a primeval shaman. So.
But in farmer clothes.
Sorry.
But in farmer clothes.
Yeah, but in farmer clothes. Was he in farmer clothes? I thought he was just wearing like. No, you're probably right, though. Yeah.
Seemed like the old man hat, and I was kind of
Oh yeah, yeah. You're probably right.
who are? Oh, here we go.
Obviously, they got plans for the daughter, I reckon. There's no way he would have left the daughter.
Oh, Seawabs is writing something.
Oh, jeez.
Let's see.
So,
Ooh.
what if the first dude got the parasite, hence why he went insane? They're doing it to people who catch on in order to essentially make them easy to deal with. If they end up joining the cult, they become a Goto and may be cured or something, hence why there are so many Gotos. But if they reject it, so let the parasite progress and them slowly go insane. Yeah, it could be like Resident Evil sort of thing, I guess, as well.
Los Illuminados.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what's the name of that one, Resident Evil, the first person one that came out recently. It reminds me of the family from there.
Oh, the Bakers, Resident Evil 7.
Yeah, Resident Evil 7, the Bakers one. It reminds me of that insane family.
Oh yeah, you ain't eating a supper, Jack. We Marguerite.
Yeah, exactly. It reminds me of that as well. So I like how C-Wab's like, I never played a Resident Evil game. Well, congrats, you pretty much figured out like half of the plot, I think, for one of the games. So.
Good. Aryan Bread Hills of Ice family. That's pretty much it. Boom. But then obviously there's more to it.
Oh yeah, definitely. But you know, what can you do? You know, I'm just gonna quickly trim, so you guys just keep talking.
Trim?
Yeah, it's just that one little chat. The chat box is like overlaying the GIF. So I got.
Okay.
I just go.
So what about the one shot Panos? What did you think of that one? Like.
So unfortunately, the website I read it on was like slow. So like it was basically like it would load a page and then slowly load a page. So it was a bit of a not the best experience. But at first I thought like, oh, okay. So what is this spirit they're about to exercise? This weird eccentric family, and then it's like, oh, is he just gonna be human? Oh shit, he's just human. And then that at the end where it's like, oh, what do you mean you have red blood too? I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, I'm left with more questions than answers. It's like, so what colour's their blood? What are they? Like,
yeah,
what?
Absolutely. I have the same amount of questions as well. It's crazy.
I think what a freak.
It makes me
from
think
a reader's
of
perspective.
Eli with the cannibal couple. Yeah, I think cannibals are just scary in general, even in today's society. It's just the whole concept. Sorry, I'm just going back to Gannibal, just trying to get into the thing. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, speaking of cannibals, there's also have you watched The Road with Viggo Mortensen?
No, I haven't. No.
As well. That's a devastating film.
I think every time you run into cannibals, it is unnerving. Like in Red Dead Redemption 2, you run into like a family, like a cannibal couple as well.
I think there's some in Fallout as well.
There was also that interview. I think it was the BBC did an interview with like a Hindu cult that are cannibals.
Oh.
And you know, if you see the interview, and the guy they're being interviewed and stuff, it's really unnerving. Like, I think they took down the video now, but it was like you don't see them do it, but it's just like you see the guy, and it's like honestly, it is horrifying. Like that sort of thing. He does seem like quite psychotic. Like he would kill you at a second thought.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, I feel sorry for the guy who's interviewing him because he'll be sitting in the same room now with him, getting scared because the guy starts licking his lips. Sitting like,
reminds me of a bit of stuff like Shiki, with it being small, rural, isolated village. Remind me, Seawabs, if you can, just which Shiki are we talking about? Because I can't remember. But yeah. I remember nothing.
I remember. That's it. Vampires slowly invade a rural village in Japan.
Huh, okay, I've never seen it done. Okay.
No.
Oh, okay, but that's definitely something to look out for. Maybe someone could recommend that, nominate that for next week's thing. So, I almost forgot, like, just stay. I don't want to go away from the topic of Gannibal at the moment, but at the same time, I just want to point out that the stream will be preceded, like, we'll be discussing, and then we'll each rank how our first impressions of each of the manga that we read this week, and then we'll announce the next manga we'll be reading for the next week, and so on like that. That it's just a quick shout out. Like that's how we'll be proceeding the stream.
So at the end of the stream, you'll already have next week's stuff.
Yeah, basically, well, I'll do it in real time, like I'll announce it and stuff. I got the entire list of nominations that people have recommending right now in the Google form sheet, and I will just do a random number generator, and we'll pick out 2 manga, and we'll throw in and if there is a one shot, if there's multiple one shots, we'll do that accordingly. So if there's only the one shot, then we'll read that one on obligatory. I feel like it's nice to do 2 manga and one shot. But if you guys disagree, then you're welcome. It's obviously this is the first week and we're still deciding on how everything should be done. So it's a learning process. You know, 1 volume per manga might be too short or maybe too long, so we'll see how it goes.
I'm cool with that. Or will you say that? I'm cool with that. I'm cool with whatever.
Yeah, so, you know, if there's more than one shot nomination, then we'll just do a random number generation across those options as well. As as separate options, really. But we'll see. Okay, sorry, resuming Gannibal, but yeah, it's the art style, jeez, and the tenseness. It is actually, the more I think about it, actually, the entire plot, it's like Hot Fuzz. It is. You got Nicholas Angel or whatever coming to a town, you know, in the middle of nowhere. He's replacing a guy who was a police officer who was previously killed, and you know, he was like, oh, there's a conspiracy and stuff, and the whole village is going like, oh, he was mad and stuff like that. He went insane. He had a mental breakdown or whatever like that, and you know. This guy's like inquiring and everyone's just like being very ominous with him and like half threats and stuff like that. You know,
it's like whiplash. That guy, you don't know what way to take him. You're just like, are you going to shoot me or not? Like, are you a nice guy or not? I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. It's got that really intimidating air to it. I mean, I love it, but at the same time, it's frightening. Like,
I'm just really sad. I found out there's so much of it that I can't read. that's kind of got me sad.
Yeah, I mean, we were lucky it actually fit into like the minimum requirements for the stream. You know, I was gonna actually walk in before the Disney live action is directed by Edgar, right?
Oh, he's back. He's back again.
Yeah, definitely. Jeez, imagine that. That would be honestly terrifying.
You right there, Panos?
Panos, you alive? Did the cannibals finally get you?
They're munching on his elbows.
They're munching on his elbows.
I can't stop them.
Oh no! Not the funny bone.
Sorry, my internet's.
No,
my
not
internet
Panos.
ended up, so.
Not
God
Panos.
damn,
He's the
guys.
cute one.
Yes. With the glorious hair, no one can take that spot.
Yeah.
Yep.
Don't scalp me.
He was.
He's got that herbal
Make
essence
it
of shine.
glorious.
Oh, Wabs is calling you out right now. What do you mean? Finally, he was one the whole time. Oh, you were a cannibal the whole time, Panos.
No, that's how he keeps his hair so shiny. I presume.
He presumes.
His hair so big it's full of secrets. and
It's
just-
true. You found me.
Well.
You revealed
His hair's
twist so quickly.
full of secrets.
All right, let's move on to the next manga then. You guys were talking about the one shot Jinjori Barai, I think it's called.
Yes.
Yeah, going back to that, like there was so many questions left at the end for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's the Jinjori?
What's the
That's what I want to know.
That is the primary question as well. Where's the Jinjori?
What's the Jinjori? I didn't find anything. I'm just like, what?
Okay, So
What?
quick explanation. I think we'll just mention the plot right now, just in case
Yeah.
first time listeners. It's a one-shot manga where a couple have gone to the husband's hometown for a funeral, and basically the funeral is very like cheery and stuff, and you're given the under the pretense that the everyone's super nice and so on like that, and then this mysterious stranger enters the funeral, and he's not laughing and he's sorrow, and everyone's saying that he's an evil spirit, a great evil, and and the wife, who is unfamiliar with the customs, is like unsure whether that like you're all insane, that sort of thing, but she can't do anything because they could be right, and you think as well they could be right as well. Like it could, anyone who's like read a bunch of manga and like stuff like that, usually it's like we are like usually the locals are right. Like when it comes to spirits, like oh he's an actual spirit sort of thing. So. But we were sorely mistaken, and I'll leave it at that. If you guys want to read it, it is quite, it's a quick read, and it takes you by surprise. Yeah,
Okay.
but so what do you guys think? Like, just play by play. Like, how'd you find it?
Panos, you want to
A
go first?
good subversion of expectations.
Yes.
Just the whole plot is about subversion of expectations. Like essentially, like oh, what are you expecting? Why are you expecting it? And there you go. Just 24 pages.
Yep, I think it was 22 actually, but yeah, it's
Yeah.
honestly though, it really caught me off guard, especially when you get closer and closer to realizing, wait, this guy isn't a spirit; he's an actual human being.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or a Jinjori. We don't know what that is.
And I think it's just like, you see that one panel where they're slowly beating the man to death, and oh my god. It's absolutely.
Yeah. They put out the spike traps, like the nail traps, like, oh, their weakness is iron, or eye, because he just stood on one.
Yeah, and
He's
I
just
was
stood
thinking
on
about.
nails.
Yeah, I was thinking to myself, wouldn't that be? It reminds me of this one Robot Chicken skit where they were like Batman was like all these contingency plans against the thing, and they were just like Robin's going, "Wow, fire is Martian Manhunter's one weakness." It's like, yeah, well, duh, it's fucking fire. It's like,
Not anyone.
no shit, Robin, it's fucking fire.
See that you're a genius, eye.
And it's like that same, in my mind, I got like the same energy with the fucking iron spikes. Like, it's fucking iron spikes. It's forbidden Legos you put on the floor.
It's just I didn't know when I thought it was a joke or something. I thought they were playing a prank on the guy.
Yeah,
Like, I thought it was like a family member that was maybe like kind of like an outlier, or was like the odd one out, the black sheep or whatever. And it's just, oh, they were just going to prank him. But when they proceeded to bash his skull in, I was kind of thinking maybe it's not a joke.
yeah. Honestly, I think it's just the scariest part was the last page. Before I go
yeah.
into that, it's just like talking about the beginnings. Mister says the beginnings of both of these mangas feel like the start of a cult movie. Village in the middle of nowhere, mystery man at a funeral. Yeah, there is a pattern with these.
Not wrong.
I just want to point out that both of these mangas were all the mangas that we're reading were randomly chosen, and honestly, I love picking out of random, like randomness. If you guys ever sat through Waifu Wars and stuff, I usually do the matchups. Like the matchups are entirely random. I feel like you get the best sort of energy from that, and I'm glad to say it's happened again this time.
Yes, it was. Well, I'd say it was good choices. To be fair, I enjoyed them.
Oh yeah, definitely. So just to shout, so the people who recommended them actually, just so Jinjori Barai was Aaron, if you remember Aaron from before, the one who likes to make quizzes for us.
Ah, okay. This one.
Koki recommended Gannibal, which I thought, which was a really good inclusion. I was very interested in Gannibal as well because when I saw I mentioned before when I saw that volume cover on the website, I was like, oh shit, this seems like cannibal version of Golden Kamuy. But I was sorely mistaken in some ways and really right in others. So he didn't seem allergic to the metal spikes. He was just stabbed in the feet. If that's what makes someone allergic, I'm allergic too.
Yeah, that's what I was saying about the fire as well. Just like, I think we're all allergic to fire and nails.
Yeah, it's fucking fire. Fire is my one weakness. Yeah, so it's
Oh
getting
no,
shot.
drowning's my one weakness. Oh no, falling off a great height's my one weakness.
Yeah, it's like that. Jeez, Panos, you alright? You seem a bit quiet.
Yeah, just trying to figure out just my microphone and shit.
Well, it seems alright for now, anyways. But you should be alright.
Yeah, we just spoke there.
It comes and goes.
Oh,
Yeah, it's great.
Fair enough. But you know, it's just us for now. We're patient. We're all here. We're all friends, and everyone else in the chat is giving such wonderful like feedback. It's really nice. So
They can't cover art.
yeah, so yeah, I'm just laughing over that concept. It's fucking fire. I think. I mean, I was totally like, you know, like the whole concept of laughing at the funeral seemed okay to me because it's like, okay, they probably like, oh, it's you don't want to feel like, oh, don't cry at my funeral, that sort of energy, which I thought was fine.
Yeah.
That's what I was getting. That's what I thought too.
And I thought, okay, like, I think it was at the point where the guy comes in, and at the first I was thinking, okay, it's an evil spirit or whatever. They said it. I was like, I totally believed them as well. And then, like, you slowly realizing, like, the guy, when you see the guy talking and acting normal, he's just, like, not laughing with the rest of everyone because he's left out. That, you know, that slow, creeping realization, oh shit, wait a minute, this guy might actually be human, and that... You know, that sort of thing, and the blood thing at the end as well. It just leaves another big question, like, what color was their actual blood? You know.
Yeah, and the thing there, the woman, the mother, she's acting all kind. They're all acting kind of as if everything's normal, but then she secretly starts like talking kind of quietly to the son. I'm guessing. Talking about the spirit, like that poor fiance or girlfriend just doesn't know what to do.
I know. Oh my god. I was like totally swept up. Like, okay, everyone's on the same page except for the fiance. Maybe it's just like, maybe it's real. It's just like, oh, spirits come often to like rural villages, that sort of thing.
Yeah, like, okay.
You wouldn't get this in the city. That's
damn city boys.
Damn city girls, I guess in this case. But yeah.
But,
vampires getting stabbed in the chest with a wooden stake in the heart. It's like you're not special. That would end up with me too. Oh yeah, definitely. Oh yeah, I don't know, I love the concept, but it's really funny. I think it's just the whole, you get swept up with it. I think it's just easy. I think what I like is so subverting your expectations. It does it really well because it kind of just like, usually when something spiritual happens, like mystical or something like that, we kind of just we're easily to get swept along with it because we're so used to that sort of content in manga and anime and all that, you know. So when it actually turns out it's just the delusions of like an entire village, you know. I think that's the one scary thing. I think, especially what we've seen in Gannibal as well, which is what made me so terrified, and what lessened the scariness of it in the 8th chapter was me thinking, oh shit, the majority is insane.
Yeah, do you think it is the entire place?
You think it's the entire town? Like, it's that illusion of like the majority's insane that makes it scary, and that's why I said before, like, being trapped in like the Middle Ages or prior to that would be terrifying time for me. There's no sense of security because who's to say, you know, even if you live in the city, someone will kick through the door and accuse you of something, and then you're like, you know, hanged or burned or tortured or whatever. It's honestly, that is terrifying. That's a terrifying way to live.
Or more realistically, if you lived in the Middle Ages, it'd probably either be cholera or dysentery it gets you.
Yeah.
Or like tuberculosis.
Well,
That's the scarier thing. Oh, what's that? The Black Plague? Fantastic.
fantastic.
We'd love to see it.
Yeah.
Good lives. No, thank you. I
I
like
don't-
working toilets.
I think when I was saying that, I think it was like with the pretense that I would be back in time and still have all my knowledge, but
Oh, no, but what you want to do if you can't find an actual like the
I'll-
things to make your knowledge come to be?
Oh, don't worry, I'll go back in time and invest all stocks into pitchforks.
Walking around like some like peasant village with your iPhone charger looking for a socket.
I'll go back in time and patent the wheel, get all the royalties.
Oh, yeah. Well, we won't really have practice. That's
It's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's yeah. I mean, there's not really much to talk about because it's a one shot. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the one shot.
Very much
I
so.
quite enjoyed it. It was very brief. I read it for 5 minutes, but it was silly man now.
more.
So I'm just gonna read the message from CY. Silly man now. Thinking the horror of the Middle Ages is being randomly accused of a crime, you wouldn't even make it that far.
Keep it shitting your insides out. Death.
That is true. Alright, moving on to the next manga, and I feel like because we have more to talk about it because, there was a lot more content, was, what was the name of it? I just had it.
Ken, is it Ken?
Kutsuzure Sensen.
Yeah.
And that translates to...
Beautiful communism.
Masenka's War.
Alright, Kutsuzure
Which
Sensen.
Masenka's War?
Which
Ah,
Masenka's War, yeah. Just looking at the Kitsu page right now. Thank you, mod team. Admin team.
Ooh.
For giving the translations. Yeah, so we have differing opinions about it. Like, I think Chris, you were mentioning something. If you want to give your opinion about it now.
Yeah. It's I don't know. It took me about maybe 3 to 4 chapters to kind of really get into it. It didn't grab me straight away like kind of the other ones did. The art wasn't like that striking, and I kind of felt it was a little bit all over the place. But once it got to maybe the bathhouse episode, I started finding it really funny, and it kind of was like, oh, okay, I've got it wrong now. So what I'm going to do is after this, I'm going to go and read it from the start again, and try and kind of appreciate it a bit more. Because in the end up, I really started to enjoy it. Just something about it. It was just the scene. I don't know why, but it was just the scene when she was getting her bag washed, and the wee elf girl calls her communism son, and I don't know why that just that just absolutely started howling.
I was actually looking at the Kitsu page, and someone actually screenshotted that like a year ago or something and posted it. That exact same scene 2 years ago.
Communism son.
Yeah, Terre, Kitsu user Terre actually posted that exact scene 2 years ago. Terre was ahead of the times, it seems. We're only getting Terre's his sloppy seconds.
We're so behind. We're left in the dust. But and that one scene of it, that one I sent in the group chat, the moist earth witch. Oh my god!
Oh my, yeah, the moist. It's honestly though, if you had asked me without knowing now, like I looked at the published date of the manga. If you had asked me, do you guys know the published date of the manga?
I got it open in 2010.
Oh, dude, don't spoil. I was gonna. It was gonna be a whole build-up.
Mr. Sandman comic when he's significant
Oh,
other.
you need to make that clear then, Taha. I'm sorry.
Yes, communism son. I would love my partner to call me communism son. Makes me feel loved.
Yeah, honestly, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of communists out there who's disappointed with Komi-san right now, the anime.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Anyways, on topic. So what I found what threw me off though, I think, was just the kind of pacing, the storytelling. That it felt like such an early 2000s manga, but it's a manga that started publishing in 2010. It
Oh.
felt it felt like a manga that was so much older than it actually was. Here
Do
I
you
am
think that's a
talking like.
negative or a positive?
Sorry.
Do you think it's like a negative or a positive, or just a nothing?
I think it personally. I think it's negative. It's negative. It's like a old. It's. When I say that,
Wow.
I mean it feels very deficient.
Dated, maybe.
It feels out of date for something that was more recent than I thought. It was. It's just like the storytelling, the art style, everything. It had all that. It had all that energy as if it was something from the 90s, and it.
I just think it's the subject matter lends itself to that style.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't too sure as well because the problem is the author's writing technique and stuff like that. It kind of just doesn't. It doesn't truly reflect the setting. There was a couple of chapters where they had death, for example, which I quite liked.
Yeah, it looked like death in some sort of mariachi band. It was like,
Yeah. I liked how there was like more than one death. Is like, hello, my my German cousin. You know, and then
Oh.
how's your side doing? It's like, oh yeah, pretty busy. Yeah.
yeah, that was. I did laugh at that part. I thought it was brilliant.
I had like a Morgan Freeman voice, like it's like get busy living or get busy dying, like that
Get
sort of thing.
Get busy living. I get busy dying.
Yeah, exactly. It just had me like, oh god. I mean personally throughout the entire series, Death was my favorite character, but it wasn't much to go on. I think there were issues that made me like some of the characters, but I think it just had to do with the pacing, like the abruptness of it all, like the super fast storylines and pacing.
Yeah, that kind of threw me off. But once I kind of got used to the speed, it wasn't as bad. I kind of okay, this is what it is. So now I can kind of enjoy it more for what it is.
Definitely.
Kind of thing.
What
What about you, Panos?
What about you?
I mean, it pretty much met my expectations. It was a cute little anthology series. I didn't expect any particular story to take more than a chapter.
I
You know?
guess, yeah. I don't know. I mean, I like the insight into Slavic lore, folklore and stuff like that. I thought that was nice, but obviously,
Domovoy, the house spirit.
I think it would have been nice if they had like more, like not insight, but like more information for the reader.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
regards to
The first couple of chapters, I did find that I had to do a lot of googling.
Yeah, but there's a couple of points where like they talk about like the moist earth mother, for example, but they don't really go into that concept of the explanation of that.
It's just that brick-faced witch saying it. It's just this fucking. I'm like, oh my god.
Honestly, the storytelling was on par with Kinnikuman, and Kinnikuman came in the 80s.
God. And then they made that Ultimate Muscle program in like the 2000s.
It was also it's ultimate. It felt like the abruptness in storytelling was, but you could forgive Kinnikuman because it was in the 80s.
And it was stupid, and they had weaponized farts.
Yeah, exactly. And it was all stupid. They even had like a really racist part. There's a lot of racism actually throughout Kinnikuman.
Yeah, I did imagine.
Ramen Man, which is a Chinese, just a Chinese guy.
Oh yeah, cause it looks like the stereo. It kind of looks like Tao Pai Pai from Dragon Ball.
And Kinnikuman like literally did blackface, and he was saying he was from Africa, and I'm like, oh no!
He could not make that.
Oh god, it was really. But But as Disney says on all their racist cartoons, it was from a different time.
Yeah, they've got to do that. They've done that. I was watching Aladdin with my little cousin's kid, and it says that at the start, and I was like, "Wow, is this what it is now?"
Honestly, I'm half Arab, and I don't get inside. Yeah. I love Aladdin. Like, I love the cultural thing that does, even more so than the play safe live action. Like, I love the cartoon.
Yeah, like I laugh. I don't with anything really. I try not to take it too seriously if it's not trying to be serious. Like if it's anything, it's like homophobic things or whatever. I still laugh at it because I laugh at myself constantly.
Yeah,
stuff like that. It's like I can't really get offended. It's just like as long as it's funny, I don't care.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's I really did, yeah. The manga. Oh my god, what's it called again?
Just call it the communist witch manga for that one.
I'll call it Best Girl Communist San. Communism San. That's what it's called from now on.
Communism San.
Communism
It's,
San.
I don't know. I found a really hard time finding the characters likable because it's just like you know they always win sort of thing. Communism, you know, it felt like old propaganda for something that came out in 2010.
Come to Russia and fall in love with turnip-faced woman.
It wasn't even like. It wasn't even, what's the word for it? You know, when it's like, you know, when you like make jokes about yourself and that sort of thing.
Self-deprecating.
Yeah.
You know, but it's just like, you know, it's purely like it felt like Russian culture's best. Like everything else is superior. And I totally get it. It was like during World War II and whatever, you know, and they were, and, you know, like the Germans are the bad guys and stuff like that. Like, but still, you know, it felt like for something that came out in 2010, it felt really, really like old Cold War propaganda. Like,
it was enjoyable. I think I will go back and read the rest of it.
yeah, I mean, it doesn't take much. You're on chapter 15, right? You only got 7 chapters left.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
very Russian culture. Everything else is superior. I'm half Bosnian, so I am like I'm almost Russian.
Well, there was a Bosnian thing in the manga. I was like, oh, what the hell?
Yeah, there was.
I was like, oh, hello, give me that nice haggis food, please.
Yeah, Bumba.
Boomba,
Boomba.
Boomba, Timon and Boomba.
Zangief on drugs. Mofra Russia is best girl. I misread that as Mofra for some reason.
Well, like my favourite thing like that is would you call it the voice line from Team Fortress when it's the big guy is like, what stick man sends babies to fight me?
I don't know. It's just like, you know, I think what threw me off the most was like the female protagonist, the one with the glasses. I forget her name, like Nadia, I think it was.
Communism, son.
Yeah, but spelled in like very like, you know, Slavic spelling sort of thing. But I am half Slavic as well, so I can make fun of the culture. But anyone wondering?
Half Slavic.
Yeah, but you know, it's like, it's, you know, the moment she goes like death to traitors, like pulls up the gun, death to traitors, I'm like, whoa. Slow down, buckaroo!
Wait, somebody's
I love that
Russian
scene.
culture is best everything. What?
Oh, I think Mother Russia is best going. I think CWAV's just clipped the damn thing. Alright, give me a second. I'm gonna just change to the page real quick and then we can see the clip just to make sure.
Yes.
Russian culture's best. Like, alright, hold on. Alright, 1 second, just go on OBS, change the scene. Alright, let's see. Russian culture's best, like, everything else is superior. Russian culture's best, like, everything else is superior. Oh, I just realized what I meant!
What?
Oh, I just realized how contradictory I just sounded in that. Oh god, honestly, sometimes I feel like I'm dyslexic.
Maybe you are.
I well could be. I very well could be. ADHD and dyslexia, that's one of the 2 things I'm afraid I might have.
I keep telling you to go to the person.
I know, but I've been on the waiting list for like 4 months.
Go to the cannibal shaman, he'll sort you out.
Yeah.
Oh, they
Yeah.
might literally want a pound of flesh. so
if you find my finger on the street, you know where I've been.
That sounds really bad.
What a statement.
If you find my finger on, that's a new quote. If you find my finger on the street, you know where I've been. Wink.
Not
Wow.
remotely what I meant, but someone's gonna clip that as well.
Please do.
They damn well better.
T-Wabs, please, to the rescue. You're our only hope.
Oh god, I'm almost about to cough. Oh jeez.
On the clip, yeah! Let's go see
On
what.
the clip. Anyway, oh jeez. Well, who says this manga reading club? We don't have fun on this manga reading club.
Reading is fun.
Reading is fun. Making Mano is even more fun, though.
Because the library is open, because reading is what? Fundamental.
Leaving behind clues about how finger in the streets, cannonballs in the seats.
That's not what I meant by eating ass.
Oh my god. Okay. Okay, so I'm just gonna try and like my shoddy attempt of breaking away from. So what I got right now is forms for everyone in the audience right now, and this will run throughout forever. So I have made forms for each of the mangas we have read. So one for Jinjori Barai, and we're gonna do it based on the popular format that My Anime List has done, where we'll rate out of 5, 1 being lowest and 5 being highest, for each category. So we have plot, storytelling, characters, art, and overall enjoyment. So I'm just gonna quickly share it on the Discord updates page, each form, and it's each manga you'll know which is which by the description section underneath the title. It will have the manga's name on there, so I will just post these real quick, and then
Post it.
just so everyone just get around, just quickly fill it in, it'll be fine. But for now, like Chris, and Panos will discuss. Like just give each of us our own ratings, and we'll just discuss our ratings real quick. So we're just going. So just quickly doubling back to. We'll start with Gannibal, the cannibals in the sheets. So the Gannibals in the sheets. So we'll start off with you, Chris. How would you rate it out of 5 in terms of plot so far? First impressions. This is based on first impression, not lasting. So
Right. Oh, so the rating is first impression.
so it's not first impression. The race team. So I'm just saying like. This is ultimately your first impression. It's not gonna be like answer for the entirety of the series. So
Right. So from what I've read so far, the art is really good. I really enjoyed the art. The story, I've honestly really enjoyed what I've seen so far. So I give it 4 severed fingers out of 5.
but for each category we're going through. So plot. How do you feel about the plot, for example?
Ooh, it went. I don't know. It's like I enjoyed it because I'm wanting more.
You can be honest. Like it's just rating 1 to 5. So
I don't. I would say 4. Yeah,
4.
yeah, because I like where it's going so far.
What
And I do want to know what's next.
How about you, Panos? What about you for plot?
So I think 4 is a good score, right? Because it had an interesting way of relieving the tension at the end of every chapter. Like essentially every chapter was super tense, but then at the end of the chapter the guy survived and you felt kind of relieved. But overall it's clearly building to something interesting, so I'm curious. So while I'm not going to say it's like the perfect thing I've ever read, I'm enjoying it so far.
Yeah, we're talking about Gannibal at the moment. We're just we had a proper discussion about earlier, Koki, and now we're just So now we're just gonna give our overall rated impressions. I just, for anyone wants clarification, I just sent on the updates channel in the Discord server the forms that you fill in and just give your rating for each manga. The manga names will be in the description so you know which form is for which. Alright, sorry, continue, Panos.
Yeah, just with the exception of the last chapter, the plot always seemed to like resolve at the end of a chapter, but now it seems to be building up to something interesting. So
Oh,
4 to 5
definitely, yeah.
out of 5, yeah.
Family
I
at
like
gunpoint sort of thing, yeah.
Yeah. So, but which is basically also storytelling.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're kind of like this. Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, I would definitely have to give it a 4 as well, maybe.
Hmm.
Mostly because, it is an the plot, the scenario... when I'm talking... So, one thing is that we need to... I need to clarify with you guys right now is that plot and storytelling I'm considering are different. So the plot is like the scenario, and storytelling is how that scenario plays out, is what I'm differentiating between the two. So you could have a really good plot, like let's say SEO, for example, has like a really good popular setting, but the storytelling is abysmal. For example. So just
That's fair.
So that's why I'm making that clarification right now. So
Yeah.
in terms of plot, you still think 4? Both of you guys?
Yeah.
I wouldn't personally distinguish for this particular series between the plot and the storytelling.
Oh,
I feel
fair
like,
enough. Yeah.
yeah, that's why.
If you can't distinguish between the two, then all the more reason to rate them the same, I reckon.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
So
Because,
consistent 4. Yeah.
like it's still very early on, so it's hard to say what the overall plot is. So I guess the major impression is in how the plot is like unfolding, how it's told, and I think the storytelling is basically on par with the plot.
Yeah, definitely. So moving on to the next category. Obviously, we already covered storytelling. So characters. How do you feel about the characters? Rate 1 out of 5. Like the cast overall.
So I really like the guy with the headscarf and long hair, the shotgun dude. I think he's an interesting villain. The main character, he's a bit odd, but kind of understandable as a character, I guess.
Like honest
believable.
and
Believable.
endearing as well. I think.
Yeah.
I think my favorite character is probably the head, the shaman guy. I'm just gonna call him the shaman guy, and the wife. I love the wife. She's great.
Yeah.
For me,
yeah, I'm between a 3 and a 4, just because there's a few good characters, but the rest are kind of like, I guess we'll have to wait and see. The kid who's really good at shooting a gun is kind of, I don't know what to make of him yet.
That kid has got
Seems
golden.
like he's all over the place.
Yeah, that kid has that golden kamui energy I was talking about. It feels very like one of the 40 convicts or something like that,
Yeah, I've given the characters a 3 also, because kind of like Panos is saying, it's still quite early on. And first impressions wise, I would say all in, but I would say 3.
Okay.
But as for favourite characters, I honestly, no one really at this point kind of really stands out. The only one that kind of made the biggest impression of me was the main guy with the long hair, and the guy who's good at shooting.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. I mean,
those are the guys that stand out.
What do you think of the girl, the daughter of the old policeman?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
She's kind of reckless.
She is quite reckless.
She's reckless, but really I'm gonna get to the bottom of this.
I think for me, she acts like as a pillar, like for the police officer, the main character. Like, I think what her presence alone kind of. Because what I find it so scary was that it felt like the police officer was so like
out of his depth.
Him against the majority, that sort of thing, and that's kind of what made it so chilling. Like one wrong move and everyone will be against you, that sort of thing. But
she's
he needs one person on his side.
Yes, so far, yeah.
She's fearless. clearly,
It could.
or crazy.
I mean, for now, she's made the bold introduction, but that
Oh
boldness
god,
could become like very
liability.
not just a liability in terms of storytelling, but just also just likability of a character. When a character gets too bold in general and just kind of
Ah, I
like
see.
just
Comes to an end.
brute forces through the story because of because of like abrupt boldness, it kind of just makes that character more unlikable. It's what I've seen before, so it could be that.
Suppose it just depends where her kind of personality kind of drives the story, or she's just going to be there and gone.
I mean, again, this is we only got the first volume to judge on, and this is just based on first impression. But my first impression, it would be a free also as well. I would say
Yeah.
free, yeah, because there is room, there is a lot of mystery, and there's a lot of standout characters, and there's like chaotic energy. And I love that, but there is also a couple of things which kind of like this could become annoying later on. So I feel wary, which kind of the main reason why I bring it down to 3. So the last one is easy one. Overall enjoyment 1 to 5.
Oh, are you skipping the art?
Art.
Oh, art. Sorry, I forgot about that. Yeah, art. Sorry, art. Yeah.
I mean, we can eat. We've already mentioned we
Yeah.
all like the art, so we can just call it a 5.
Yeah, I
would
love the art. It's got that quirky uniqueness that stand out. That I love quirky uniqueness. This is why I like series like Baki or Beastars or whatever. It's like they all have their own unique art style, which I just love. Good or bad, messy or clean. I think unique art styles just stand out to me. It's like an expression of the mangaka themselves.
I'm a fan of like seinen with realistic art styles, but the sketchiness like really adds the character to it. So it's an easy 5, I think.
Oh yeah, definitely. I feel like the art style is gonna be so insane once we actually see like cannibalism in action. Really, just like like people eating and like bare teeth, that sort of thing. I think it'll be interesting to see.
And
We see
probably every
cannibalism.
scene with the old man.
Yeah, I mean we've only seen a bit, and but the thing is, we never saw it in action. That's
Exactly.
We've had 8 chapters about a cannibal series, and we never actually see the cannibalism happen. It's like that's the great thing about it. It's just like it's
more of that subverting.
that lurking presence that it's there and it's coming, but you can't do anything about it. It's just like, and you're just bracing for like when the conflict happens, basically.
Well, we've seen cannibalism. We just haven't seen people being eaten alive, if that's what you mean.
Yeah, but we never. I mean, we never seen the guy actually eat. He's just got like a finger in his mouth, but he's not like chewing, or you don't see like in a zombie series where you see the flesh being ripped from the bone. Or something.
I mean, we see what he puts in his mouth, and
yeah, but I'm saying like
we also see like, oh yeah, no, we haven't seen the gore. We have not quite. But like, as far as actual cannibalism on screen, it's like it's happened already.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I agree that they did. I quite enjoyed the fact that they didn't shove cannibalism gore in your face, and I like that because it just makes it more like ominous about what's to come.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so which ties in with the last category, enjoyment. I personally give it a 5. I really enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, to be honest, I would say 5 because I gave a 5 for art, and that's what drew me in, and it kept me there, and then the story kind of kicked in. So I would say 5.
I wasn't sure what to think of it at first, but like by now I'm 100% in. So 4.5 if that were possible.
Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to redo the forms.
Yeah, I'm sorry, dude. You accommodate my very peculiar needs.
Sorry, friend.
Alright, no worries. I mean, it just makes it's like I said, it's early stages and we're improving. Like that, it's a learning. The whole thing's a learning process. So it's great, and I'm loving every bit of it. So it's all good.
Yay!
I am joking, by the way. You don't need to put like a 4.5.
No, it's something I wanted. It's something I want to do anyway. I gotta put in a scale or something in there, like an actual drag scale. You know,
Fair.
I want people to be fully expressive about how they feel about something, and it'll be truly reflective. You know, later.
4.1.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
you know it's really good. It's better than a 4, but it's 4, but not as good as a 4.2.
4.15.
It's just the difference in power level between a 4 and a 5.
It's like those old like jokes about Dragon Ball Z. It's like, you fool! I have a billion a power level of 1 billion. It's like, and then Goku comes up and he whispers in the guy's ear. He's like, well, I have a power of, whispers in his ear, 1 billion plus 1.
No!
And the guy is pulling his hair like, no, it's impossible.
Basically, yep.
Yeah, it's that sort of thing. Yeah, so I would say like overall score would definitely be like in the 4 point something overall average, but you guys will have to fill in the forms in your own time or while we're talking, so it's fine. You got Panos, Chris, you can do it while I don't have the attention.
I already did it.
Yeah,
I did it too.
I don't have the attention span to do it myself.
I just did it. We're all good.
Alright, so that's good to hear. So the next one is
Kutsuzure Sensen?
yeah, let's do that one. Yeah, why not? Let's keep in pace with the creepiness, I guess, with the one shot.
Oh, yeah.
So for the one shot, the Jinjori Barai, I think it's called. In terms of plot, how do you feel?
What's
For
the
a one
Jinjori?
shot, the one shot manga. Oh yeah, what's the Jinjori? Sorry.
My answer is, what's a Jinjori?
We still don't know, and we'll never know.
The storytelling is, please tell me what is
we
a
already
Jinjori.
told what it was. It's a being of pure evil.
Pure evil.
So the funny thing about that was that I thought, like, is it just someone who basically is just a bit rude?
Yeah, and it's
But
like it
really
could be
pure
just
evil.
that.
Oh, Frank's been such a Jinjori today.
But the thing
Nah,
is,
let's kill him.
the thing, but the thing is, you say that, but then there was that last page about like different color blood, and I'm like, oh shit, now
Yeah.
this is like getting even, like the mystery just gets fucking deeper. So, I mean, it's a one shot, so there's always gonna be like plot holes and unanswered questions, you know, that sort of thing, or sometimes it's too straightforward. But for a one shot, I would give it like, for what it did in that span of a chapter of 22 pages, I would give it like maybe a 3 or a 4. I'm stuck
3.5.
3.5. Yeah.
I give it a 3.5.
Curse you, Mada, I'm not making a scale. I'm gonna have to flip a coin later just to decide if it's a 3 or a 4.
You bother, canal.
I hate myself that I didn't do a proper scale, but that'll, you know,
You should.
it'll I guess it's something to add for next week, so that's
Your
good.
form is bad and you should feel bad.
This is
What have I done? Woo, all the guilt.
Did you see me escaping? I was like...
So yeah, so how do you guys feel about the plot? Would you agree with me in that regard, or
Yeah?
or do you think it's lower, like a 2?
So it's kind of hard to define plot for this one.
Yeah,
because
it's
it's
just...
a 22-page story. Like for me, plot is like an overarching thing, I guess.
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird. So I guess premise-wise, even premise-wise, I guess you have to view it as a whole. For me, it's basically like, you know, a joke. It's like, you know, setup and punchline. So, and as far as setup and punchline go, storytelling-wise, I think it's pretty good. You know, plot-wise, I wouldn't call it anything special. Like, I'm not going to be remembering this, like, being haunted at night, thinking, what does it mean?
The numbers,
yeah.
Jason. The numbers. What do they mean?
To me,
So,
it's
like,
a-
plot-wise, I'd put 3. Storytelling, I'd go like 4 or above, just because I enjoyed it.
Okay.
I
Sounds
would,
good.
I would, I would give it a 3 because of its realism. It's a story about going to your in-laws and having a terrible time.
It's all one big metaphor for visiting the parents.
Visiting the in-laws is like, oh no, this is to beat someone to death and it's still better than my ex.
Alright. So
Meet the fuckers, Jinjori edition.
so
I haven't watched that.
I know again I have to repeat the clarification between plot and storytelling, but in this case I think it's one and the same. In this case again. Would you agree?
Well, for Jinjori.
Yeah, for Jinjori, like the plot and storytelling would it's like a mixture of the two. You can't really.
I would just say it doesn't have a plot.
It doesn't have a plot, so.
I would just say it's like, it's
it's a
going
2.
to a story.
It's a 2 in story, then would you say, or?
No, I liked the way the story is told.
Oh, I know.
Like,
fair enough.
yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, you rate it how you feel. Like, you can be like, okay, it's a one shot, but if I were to say like as a first impression, but because it is a one shot and stuff like that, how do I feel about like the overall, like how the story proceeded and how everything built up, How would you say? I mean, I feel like it's a free. It's it's fairly quick. It's only 22 pages, so there's not much to build up on. So.
How about this? It's something I would never read again.
Oh yeah.
So plot-wise, it's just might as well say there isn't one. Storytelling-wise, the one time you experience it, it's good.
Okay, so yeah.
Does that make sense? I
yeah,
guess.
so 2 for plot and like 3 or 4 for storytelling. Would you say?
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm going with it.
Yeah, I'm in total agreement as well. What about you, Chris?
So yeah, I would have to say the same. It was what it was, and I was entertained at least. That was the kind of what I took away from it, and I enjoyed it. But as Panos says, I'm just going to enjoy it that one time.
Yeah, it was a fun couple minutes, basically.
Yeah. I don't regret spending them on that if that's what we're getting at. Yeah, so
Yeah,
I don't know,
definitely.
3 I'd say. Yeah.
Alright, now for the doozy one. The communist witch, which apparently has literally destroyed my social status in the form of clips now. So
But communism, son.
communism, son, yeah.
Yes, best manga, best girl.
So, plot. Would you say the plot is... I feel like the plot would be a 3 and storytelling would be a 2 for me. But you guys... How about you guys? You don't have to agree on me on this, but,
You want to go first?
Yeah, you
oh, sorry, I
jumped.
jumped to the thing. I forgot to talk about...
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
You skipped characters, art, and enjoyment.
Yeah, okay. Okay, let's quickly go. Characters.
Now, characters is obviously a 5, right?
Yeah.
Like, every single scene that a person is on screen is iconic. Like, oh my god, it's the most quotable, relatable shit I've ever read.
Put him on a fucking shirt.
Yes.
Exactly.
Best character
Yeah.
was obviously
They're
the
allergic to
main.
iron, iconic.
So,
Yes.
So highest rating is 1, right? So yeah, I'll put 1.
6.5.
So art. I would put art as a 3 or 4 because the art seems reminiscent to Maruko-chan in terms of like creepy expressions sometimes.
Fair enough.
When it comes to humans, obviously it doesn't have that horror aesthetic, but just when it came to the people, it reminded me of Maruko-chan. But I would still say it was like a 3 or a 2. I'd say 3 actually.
I would agree.
For Jinjori. Funny enough, if you're actually talking about facial expressions, the first thing that came to my mind was Chainsaw Man.
Oh, fair enough, yeah. I just had Muroku-chan
Yeah.
went through my mind when I was reading that, but yeah, you're probably right as well. Okay, and finally, overall enjoyment. I would give it like an honest 3 or a 4 overall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it was a fun 2 minutes. It's 2 minutes though, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that.
That's that, yeah. Alright, now for the witch, sorry. Now let's go. We really sped run that one.
Let's go.
Speedrunning is the way.
Yeah.
And backwards long jump. I went backwards
Mhm.
lunge through this. Woohoo!
So-
Woohoo! Woohoo! Oh!
Yahoo! Yahoo! The glitch. All right. Anyways, so in terms of as I was saying in terms of plot for the communism San manga, 3 and 2, 3 for plot, 2 for storytelling, and I feel like I'm being generous.
Was there a
Okay.
plot and was there a story?
I think the plot was they hired a witch to fight for the Soviets.
Yeah, but so did Germany, and hers looked cooler.
Yeah,
But apart from the fact she was being a horrible, Nazi, but the bear scene did get me absolutely pissing
I
myself.
love the bear.
It's just out of nowhere, you just see a lion lying there with her hand.
Actually, storytelling. Now, the more I think about it, because it's just like the plot is stupid, but it had like
Yeah,
fun parts here and there. So I would honestly give like the storytelling like a 1, and but
Mm.
plot was like an honest 3. I would reckon.
I would give a 4 just for Moist Earth Mother and and communism, Sam.
Fair
So-
enough. I can't argue with that, but I'm gonna have to respectfully disagree and think it deserves to be. Moist Earth isn't gonna save it.
How dare you?
Talking like a fascist.
You go out into your garden and you lick that garden.
Koki's a mad lad, right? Koki's a mad lad right now. It's like I didn't even have time to read beyond chapter 0, but it was fun. I loved all the information on tanks and vehicles.
Oh god.
He's a panzer
That was so
gun out of
weird,
nowhere.
though.
He's a panzer boy. It's
Panzer
Panzer boy.
He's a panzer boy.
So plot-wise, it's an anthology series. There's not much to it. It's like, here's a premise for how we can tell some cute stories. That's that. So yeah, I'd give it like a 3 or below. Storytelling-wise, though, the moment you accept that it's an anthology series, I enjoy the anthology format quite
Yes.
a bit. I enjoy like cute little episodes that resolve themselves. And I enjoyed also a couple of recurring characters, and also how she fell in love with this boy, changed the seasons for him, and then he dies in the next chapter, and it's just sad.
That
I don't know.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, there is certain techniques, but I agree with you. And like, the more I think about storytelling, is fine. But the same problem is just the abrupt pacing of the storytelling, which kind of just
Yeah.
dampens it all for me. Like you said, I also loved that, and I really liked how it was going. And if it was like expanded over like a longer time, and we had like
Mm,
more genuine interest in the character, in that side character and stuff like that, it would feel more significant and more weighty.
yeah.
But it just kind of just falls flat to me. So, in fairness, I think I was being harsh with the 1, so I'm gonna give the storytelling a 2 actually.
Yeah.
But that's
For me,
that's the most I'm gonna go.
yeah. That's the best you're gonna get out of me.
Yeah, take it or leave it. I have a business
Take
to
it or
run.
leave it. I'll take it. Don't worry. For me, I don't know. Like I like the cutesy little stories, the like little snippets. They're all bite-sized. Basically, they're like, oh, here's a little folklore. Here's a little this. Here's a little that.
Here's
I
Santa.
forgot where I was going with this. So yeah, leave it at that. I guess.
Yeah, I guess. C'est la vie, I guess.
I love you.
Best Levi's.
There's so for characters, I would give it a 3 for characters. I think the main cast, it's just the interactions I feel like with the rest of the world that really make it. It's just the small characters that come here and there. It's just the small interactions.
Yeah.
I mean, my favorite character is Death. Like, I like the
Yeah.
Death
Yeah.
character. It was pretty good. I think close second would probably be the German witch.
Yeah.
Everyone likes a Madao. Basically, that witch was a Madao through and through. Like the universal punching bag. So I'm okay.
Shut up, Meadow.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. So yeah, basically that. Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of the 2 characters. I liked the cutesiness of it, of the witch and the soldier, but then again, it was just. I feel like it just everything was going too well for them, and they were kind of like
Mm.
headstrong about their opinions. There was never like, okay, because the only time where that actually happened was the death one, which was the death, which what made me like the character death so much, because it actually kind of like, oh shit, wait, you know. But then the final chapter happened, and I didn't like it. Then I went back to like, oh shit, they just Uno reverse carded the fucking death. I'm like, that's bullshit. But whatever.
Mm. Yeah, there weren't many scenes where I'm like, oh, these characters have grown, or oh, we get to see, But there's a couple of moments of like personality that shine through. So, you take what you can.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I guess a three.
So
Like I enjoy these cute characters, but in the end, you kind of want a bit more, don't you?
yeah,
Like, as a reader.
I feel like in terms of art, it would be a two. Not just because of the fact that it's like reminiscent of an older style. I don't mind older styles because I love
Mm.
older styles as well. The problem is that I feel like the structure of like the drawn panels and how everything was drawn down to like the scenes and interactions and stuff, it kind of like that also plays a part in storytelling, and art is a form of storytelling at the end of the day, and I feel like because of the fact that the storytelling was poor, which also was an attributement to the in my opinion, the subpar art, I would give it a 2 as well.
Mm.
Subpart.
Yeah, that's fair. It kind of just reflects the rest of the thing. It's kind of just not minimalistic, but there's just less of it. Short stories, not much development, simple art.
I feel
You
like
know?
the coloring
Yeah.
and shading as well made it difficult to comprehend a couple of scenes as well. So
Hmm, that's fair.
I felt like I was reading a Garfield strip that wasn't information for me story wise, but it was fun. It was fun, but what?
I pretty much just given everything a three. I thought it was very just kind of middle of the road in
It
most aspects.
it's varied between
Yeah.
2, 3, and 1 for me. Like it's constantly within that region, and I have to really
Yeah.
think about like where it should go.
Alright. So yeah, 3-3-3 for me.
3, 3, 3. Overall enjoyment, I would say. I mean, personally, it was a 2, but
A three for me, definitely.
I'd go four just because I enjoyed the story and there was more to it than the one shot.
I just want to say, Koki, just because something is intentional doesn't mean it's excused. Just because something is intentionally shit doesn't make it change the fact that it's shit.
Mm.
That's my outlook on it. Like, it's because if we went through that logic, then we would be, it's just the prank, bro. But we would justify that. We would have to justify that. That's my opinion on the matter. But yeah,
How about that?
it could be that point. I didn't hate it though. Yeah. It's not like I hated it. I just feel like there's. I did not. I wasn't a big fan of the characters. I've read the entirety of it, and like, it seemed, I'm a big fan of characters overcoming adversity, sort of thing, and I thought they were gonna bring up some good topics here and there, but they kind of just like overshadowed it by like just like happy-go-lucky characters, which kind of like made me dislike the characters. Really, that was it.
Hmm.
It was kind of like it's like having like a dark series, and then they get like a cheery Scrappy Doo mascot to cover it all up, and it just kind of like ruins it, dampens the whole thing. That's how I see it. But yeah.
Hmm. That's fair.
How about
Yes.
you guys, though? Like overall enjoyment for it. It sounds like I really hated it, but I still read the whole thing. If I hated it, I would have dropped it then and there, to be honest. But it was like there were parts I liked and there were parts I disliked, and I just feel like the parts I disliked were stronger than the parts I liked. That was it.
No,
Sorry.
that's fair. No, I really do. I would just all in very, just like I said, just very middle. I've not got much to say about it. That's not been said. It's just very middling in most aspects for me. Just like three all down, 2, 3 all down. Didn't hate it, wasn't huge on it. That's
Oh, definitely. Sorry, I got pinged on Discord, so I'm just gonna see 2 messages. Oh, I just you just see why I'm sending me the clips. Okay.
yes. Immortalized again.
All right, so we haven't got that much ratings at the moment. We only got like 3 ratings per manga at the moment, and 4 ratings for Gannibal. It seems that like throughout each of the mangas, I think everyone's in unison in terms of plots most of the time. But yeah, I'll have the results fully viewable at some other time.
Fabulous.
Yeah, I'll just get around to it. It's just like I need to create like a nice looking spreadsheet where everything works. But yeah,
With decimals, 4.5 and the like.
it's gonna have a VLOOKUP and everything like that.
They don't really do it. Shh, it's fine. It's all good.
Okay, so I guess that brings an end to the stream. However, we are going to be announcing the next manga. So, if you guys want to just quickly recommend, have you guys quickly recommended the manga, or you want to save it for next week, or you want to just go?
I have. I put one in the forum.
Oh, sick. Okay.
Oh shit.
So,
Well, the only one I've been reading kind of recently has been the Platinum End.
alright, so we got a bunch now. Oh, jeez, way more than last week. We've got
Nice.
Yay!
we got slightly more than last week, so which is nice.
Hi guys. Yes, complete.
So-
Where's this in? How do I do the thing?
So I'll just, okay, I'll share you the link. So it's just a quick form. Just put you just put your username. Just say Chris. It doesn't matter. I know you. I mean, it's just so I know, like, because I have to see the username, so I know people are voting only once a week.
Do you know who
But
I am?
I mean, if you want to stick around, Sam, we're gonna be announcing the manga for the next week as well. So
Yeehaw.
I am just gonna post it on the Discord. If I got too many tabs open, shit.
What room?
All right, here we go. There's the link. It's in the stream planning chat.
You didn't choose the Tapster Life. The Tapster Life chose you.
Yeah. I'm so used to with my new job. I got like a MacBook Air, and it's just like swipe your fingers everywhere sort of thing to go around. It's like my fingers are like brushing the table right now. Like, so. Okay, so so we have in total. I'm gonna just quickly screen share so just you guys can see. So we have a bunch of manga here. I'm just gonna zoom in on it just for you.
Is this on Twitch then?
Sorry, let's make it 125. So you can see every manga and everyone's recommended stuff. I didn't bother recommending this week, but.
Ooh, Sugoi is yours. Or was that last week?
That was last week, but you know, I'll just keep it once. I don't want to as much as I want people to take part. I want to put in the one recommendation for now until I think of a really better one. Oh, who put Helk?
I love Helk, man. Helk is.
Oh, you and Eric love Helk. Jeez.
Oh man, Helk is great. Also, Flowers of Evil. I need to finish actually.
Well, I would love to talk about Helk if we get the chance to. So. Definitely.
Yeah,
that's something
absolutely.
to look forward to. So
rank the results.
So it's starting from 1. So there is currently 30 responses, and if Chris gets around to it, it will be 31. So what I'm gonna do is go on a random number generator.
Roll a D31.
Yeah, roll D31. So I'll do a D31. So the rule is if it lands on the green, then it will go to the next one down, basically. So it's universal. So that's how it goes.
Fair enough.
And we're gonna ignore and it'll be
wait. Hang on. No, that increases the odds for those 3. Because that's a 2 in 31 for
it's not
31 under the green.
That is true, actually, yeah.
I mean, no. Like, do it however you're gonna do it. I'm just like,
No,
it's not.
that is true. That is true. And I, you called me out on biased results. So now I have to. So we'll just we'll reduce it by the number of green rows. So it'll be 28 instead. So we'll just do 1 to 20. I'll just have to manually count. So.
Sorry.
Thank you, Panos.
I'm sorry.
So okay, so we got 20. So that would be. Oh jeez, I got too many tabs. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, we got Eric. So Eric's manga is chosen next. Okay. So now again. We got 1. And that one, I rolled in that one. So we got Stardust Memories. That was the easier one. And then the last one, we got the obligatory one-shot manga here. So that'll be the last one.
Okay.
Or we could fit in another manga. Actually, no. Let's keep it to 3. Let's keep it that because the stream is long enough as it is. So Parasol Domain. I don't know.
I'm glad to say I haven't heard of any of these.
Yeah. So so it's Stardust Memories. I will post links and everything in the chat.
What chat?
Discord. In the Discord and Kitsu later for anyone listening. Parasol and Nora to Saso. Well, okay.
Give me your wisdom.
What about there's 2 one-shots? There isn't 2 one-shots. There is only 1 one-shot. That's why there's 1 shot.
One shot.
Where's the other 1 shot? I only see the one shot. Oh shit, there is another 1 shot. Shit.
There's another one. Shot.
Alright, forget Parasol, sorry. It's gonna be flip a coin, I guess. No, 1 to 2.
My dad was so restless.
Let me just sorry, yeah, you were right.
And he's cheating.
Yeah, you were right. So it's gonna be a 1 to 2.
Choosing between the 2.
So just clarifying right now because I'm screen sharing. Okay, so we got Dawn's Look Back here, which is I like how it's called Look Back as well, which is what I didn't do.
Look Back is the name of the manga.
So Look Back, and which will be 1, and Starless Parasol Domain, which is B2. Sorry, it
Starless Parasol.
So 1, 2. I click. 2. Okay, it is Parasol at the end of the day. Okay. We went through all that hassle for nothing.
Look Back is a one shot. Okay.
Okay.
143 pages. That's not bad.
I should really start using the filter option, to be honest. But...
Ooh, look back is from the guy who made Chainsaw Man.
Oh, really?
Oh, hell.
Oh, well, I'm glad.
Makes you regret your decision, eh?
No. For all we know, Parasol Domain could be good as well. I'm not. It's
yeah, that's fair.
That's disrespect to Starless's choice. We'll
anyway,
shit on
these shows.
We'll shit on Starless's choice next week if it is. It's fine.
Oh.
We'll see. It could be good. We won't know until we actually read it. So that's all. I haven't read any of these, so I'm looking forward to it.
So Stardust Memories. That's JoJo, right?
JoJo.
Unfortunately, no. I think Stardust Memories is. So if I were to search it up now.
Oh my God! Oh shit!
Here we go. Stardust Memories.
Jesus!
It's a 13 chapter, I think.
Fuck.
It's 13 chapters. It's science fiction thriller.
Ooh, nice. I'm in.
There hasn't been any posts about it. Never invite an alien with tentacles to your spaceship. You never know what might happen.
Oh God, is this going to get overfiend? Is this going to become overfiend?
It could be.
Please don't be overfiend.
Alright, so the next one is Parasol Domain. Okay, so it's a cute looking one. Fun little twin romance, nothing special but competent as far as one-shots go. Oh, thank you, Eric. Eric coming in hard with that.
Oh my.
But yeah, I won't be reading the plots because, you know, something that you guys can do it yourselves when you actually read it. And then the last one was Naruto Zazo. Zazo sounds better, but
Is it Naruto Zaso? Listen.
Zaso. Okay, it looks like made by the same guy who made Hinamatsuri. I could be wrong though.
Zaso.
Emotionally, okay, here comes Eric again. Emotionally painful reading this. Realistic depiction of abuse, what drives runaway girls into harmfuls, and a very expressive art. Okay, that's something to look forward to. So I'm guessing it's not Hinamatsuri. But yeah, okay, that was fun, guys. Well, thanks for coming, everyone. We finished at an hour and 35 minutes.
That was good.
Which is pretty good. Not too long, but just enough.
That's a feature-length film.
It is. We are the new Endgame.
It's enough. It's enough for me to justify putting multiple ads if I wanted to.
Madao Endgame.
Madao Endgame.
Tagline's just, if you find my finger, you know where I've been.
Terminator music. Alright, have a good night, guys. Take care.
Yeah, guys, that was fun. Bye.
Bye.